everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here. I wanted to pop on and talk about stress, cortisol levels, and how this can impact your estrogen. Now, one of the really tough things that we as women deal with is that there's stuff that happens in our system, and we go in, we see somebody about it, get a blood test, something, and you're like, yeah, I still don't, I don't feel good, but the test says, oh, you're fine. Oh, look, it's in normal limits. Oh, I don't know why you feel like that. You seem to be okay. And you're like, no, but I don't feel good. I'm having these reactions, these responses. I'm exhausted. I can't build muscle. I'm working out. I'm not getting any results. Like this whole myriad of things happening, right, in your system. And it seems to be unexplained, right? So many women feel like this. This is why I love doing a Dutch test to really see exactly where your system is having a holdup, where it's not processing things correctly, exactly where things are being, are off. That's essentially what it is. So if you have not gotten a Dutch test, if you are curious about it, wondering about it, here is a link right there in the comments for you to really check out what this is, and then the huge benefit that it can have for you, your system, and all you can learn from it too. So I've gone over this. I do a lot of Dutch tests. I do like 10, 15 a week. So I see a lot of them. And when I see levels that are really, really off, I mean, sometimes I feel bad, like saying, oh God, this is a problem, yikes. But so many women are so glad to hear that, oh, there is something, here it is, and here's what you can do about it. Here are steps you can take to move you in the right direction. That's what's encouraging. That's what's exciting, right? So when we're looking at stress and cortisol levels, does it have a direct correlation with estrogens? A lot of people say, well, no, not necessarily, because this is from your adrenals and this is from your ovaries. So no, right? But we also, forget about, or we're not told enough about, that fat tissue also can create more estrogens for your body, which means if you are overweight, if you're holding on to excess weight and your body can't release it, it will create more estrogens for you. You're welcome. What? Yes, I know. And regular weight loss tactics aren't going to work to release that weight because it's like estrogen weight, essentially. So just cutting calories and working out more won't put a dent in this, right? What does that do to your system? Do you think your system likes that, or is it going to stress it out more? Increase cortisol? Yes, right? So there is a correlation here, but it's more of an indirect correlation. So there is that weight piece. I didn't even write that down. Oh, let me put that down. So I'm just going to write fat tissue right here, because this is a fat tissue. Okay, this is a huge correlator. Again, is it direct from here to here? No, but estrogens, yep, have a relationship with the fat tissue. Fat tissue has a relationship with the stress and cortisol. Same thing here with a delay or skipping ovulation. This is a huge piece for women, right? If your cycle gets thrown off, it delays ovulation or it completely throws off ovulation, then yeah, it's going to impact how your estrogens are functioning and the level at which they're at throughout the month. So this can throw off your cycle and lead to you becoming more estrogen dominant, right? So stress does this, right? Oh, and now it's here, right? This is going to get real messy in case you haven't figured this out. This is going to get real messy real fast. But this is how it is in our systems, right? Okay. Now, liver also has to process all these estrogens. Liver has to process estrogens. Liver also has to process all these stress hormones too. So if it's so busy processing all these estrogens and everything, and it has to do all these stress hormones, liver gets bogged down. Liver gets overworked. There's something called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Sounds super fun. No, it creates all these other issues for women and impacts not only your cortisol levels, but your estrogen levels. I can't tell you, so in terms of a Dutch report and what we look at, I can't tell you how many Dutch reports I see where the estrogen levels are off and cortisol levels are off. They go hand in hand. Yet you'll see things where people say, oh no, they're not related. Like 90% of the tests that I see, that's a correlation. Estrogens being off, cortisol levels being off. And if you're just working on one and not the other, it's not going to come around as well as it could, because again, all these other things are impacted, right? All these other things are impacted. And then let's talk about the inflammation in your system. Inflammation in your system. Inflammation ruins everything. Ruins everything. It does. If you have increased estrogens here, and this is affecting your fat tissue. Fat tissue also has a correlation with inflammation. Liver function, also correlation with inflammation. Delay or decrease in ovulation, creates more inflammation in the body as well, right? They're all friends. They're all sharing. Not something that you want, right? But this excess inflammation then, of course, creates even more stressors on the body. Yes, increased stress, increased cortisol, increased response there, right? This is what we struggle with. This is what holds us back from really seeing the right results and getting to live in the body that we want to live in and having it function like we want it to function. It's things like this. It's things like, why can't they just all get along, right? Yes. Seriously, they don't sometimes. Yes. And again, the only way that you're going to see these specifics is with the Dutch test. So again, in the comments there, you can get the link to fill out to get a Dutch sent right to you. Take it at home, and then when we get the results, which takes a couple of weeks, I go over it with you, explain all the dials, numbers, everything, what's happening in your system, what I'm seeing, and then a starting protocol for you there. Yes. And sometimes you'll need ongoing support, which I also would recommend if it's something right for you. So this is a huge mess, but this is what happens in the system when you have stress and your estrogen levels are off. Yeah. Katie, that test was so informative. So glad I did it. Yes, right? Yeah, super, super, super helpful. Super, super helpful. So this is something to really dive into. Figure out where your starting point is. Figure out where your system is really going off and start from there. Otherwise, you can spend forever spinning your wheels, trying all these things, and really not getting to the right result or keeping it, right? Because it's all these things that are connected. Now, if you've got questions on any of these things, you're like, can you go over this? I want to know more about this, or the fatty liver disease thing, or talk more about fat tissue and estrogens or something. I can totally do that. More than happy to. Just drop a comment, let me know. Other resources I have for you are my books, The Female Fat Solution, and my book, The Female Menopause Solution. These are both on Amazon. Great resources for nutrition, for matching your hormones and your cycle, how to eat for your hormones, how to exercise for your hormones, all those things. And then I also have a YouTube channel, which is called Dr. Beth Westy. So you can subscribe to that to stay updated on all the videos I have coming out. And then my podcast is called The Female Health Solution. A lot of different topics and a lot of variety of interviews there as well. So you can subscribe to that podcast if you like podcasts. All right, that's what I got for you guys tonight. Please let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, I will see you later.